Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, I'm dropping in real quick just to give you just some clarity on the O Snap Challenge that begins March 31st. Give me a quick shout out. Let me know where you're joining from, where you're watching from. I hope you are having a good Friday. I hope you are stocking up on the Word of God, particularly Psalm 91. It shall not come near your dwelling. You have a safe and secure place. I'm going to take just a few minutes. Hey, thanks for joining me, Linda. Going to take just a couple of quick minutes and go through some questions that you all have had about the O Snap Challenge. So I want to keep this really simple. I'm going to be putting together a complete slide and going through this even more, but we're really keeping this basic, and there is an objective here. The challenge is designed, the Snap Challenge is designed to get you into moving with the Lord, not someday, sometime, but right now. If you're an existing member of Unlocking Your Book, to take everything that you've been experiencing and start putting pen to it in a format that you can actually publish and start growing your audience. It's designed to get you moving. It's designed to get you thinking about publishing, and it's designed to get you to begin building up your audience. So I've got some questions here. I'm gonna go through a few questions here from yesterday's Oh Snap Challenge and the announcement, I should say. And so here's just a few things that came up. Let's see. Shirley Chancellor says, I've always considered myself pretty tech savvy, but that's using it, not building it. I understood correctly that you are setting up these platforms for us, right? So Shirley, I need a little bit more clarification on the platforms. My gut reaction is going to be no, because I think what you're saying is to set up potentially the social media or the publishing platform. So let me clarify. No, you are just going to write 500 words a day for 10 to 20 days. You're going to make a decision. Am I going to publish a 5,000 minimum or 10,000 maximum ebook? It's designed to write 500 words per day starting March 31st. And of course, you can start before that. Starting March 31st, write 500 words a day, up to 5,000 words or 10,000 words if you're going to do the larger ebook. And then do the cover, then publish it and put it on your website. Now, we are giving you the website. We are going to format it and basically put the whole package together for you if you are an Unlocking Your Book member, current member. But as far as doing the posting and all of that on the platforms, you'll be doing that yourself. So Shirley, if that didn't answer your question, just go ahead and clarify it. All right, the next question here, let's see, perhaps a very elementary question. How do I know this is Denise Allen? Many words are written. I'm writing and saving on my laptop notes, which do not give me number of words. Okay, Denise, I can do a really quick tutorial on that. So if you're using Microsoft Word or you're using Google Docs or some other type of productivity software where you are writing there, specifically Microsoft Word, specifically Google Docs, there is a word count that you can do on there. And you don't have to be super religious and staunch and orthodox about the 5,000 to 10,000 words, but that should be your goal, to keep this into a simple process. 500 words a day in 10 days is a 5,000 word ebook. 500 words a day for 20 days gives you a 10,000 word ebook. Those are perfect sizes for you to be able to distribute that ebook in a digital format, meaning online, where people can give their email and immediately download your ebook. And we're going to show you exactly how to do it. It is not going to be challenging for you. You just have to do the work. You really just have to do you just have to really do the writing. So to just answer your question a little bit, Denise, more about how to know how many words are written. I can do a tutorial very, very quickly with Microsoft Word or Google Docs where you can actually either highlight, or there's also a function inside the menu that will tell you how many words you have written. But this is how I would simplify it, Denise. First, you want to identify, where am I at in the writing process? So let me give you an example. If in the writing process, you've already started and maybe you have a chapter or 2 or 3, then what I would do is I would go through that existing writing, because you do want to splinter your writing. Okay, I would not just start from scratch and go write a brand new ebook unless you haven't even started writing at all. Now, if that's the case, fine. But if you've already got some of your book written, then take portions of chapter 1 and 2 and 3 or whatever you have and condense it into 5,000 or 10,000 word ebook, so that, because remember, the goal is to do what? Get you moving. The goal is to do what? Build your audience and create awareness, because we're going to show you how to get people that are your ideal readers to start reading your content, so they can give you feedback, so they can share it with others, so that when it's time to actually publish your book, then you can actually set up a pre-order for them. So, but for you specifically, Denise, there is a very simple way for you to do a word count on Microsoft Word and Google Docs and other different types of productivity software. So, you're typing. But specifically, I would focus on taking splintered content of existing writing, or if you haven't started yet, you're going to write 500 words a day. So great question. Appreciate that, Denise. Next question, Sarah Hanks, does it work with fiction? Absolutely. So this challenge is designed to work with whatever you're writing. So if you're doing devotionals, if you're doing poems, fiction, nonfiction, whatever it is that you're writing, the challenge is designed to challenge you to get going, get moving, not waiting for someday something to happen. And if you'll think about this is really perfect timing. You've gone through some of the mentoring, and really it doesn't matter. Like, don't get so stuck on, I haven't gone through all 37 lessons, which, by the way, if you're worried about going through 37 lessons, you could do all of them in a weekend, because they're only about 30 minutes long. So you could totally, if you haven't even started the mentoring, you could still publish this ebook, have it on your website, and start building your audience and start creating engagement around it in a month, or maybe even less. Even if you haven't started the mentoring, you could take all 37 lessons and you could do that in a weekend. You maybe start a few hours on Friday night when you get home from work, maybe take a few hours on Saturday, a few hours Sunday afternoon. You could knock this whole thing out. But look at how beautiful the Lord has just put the timeline for this, because then you move right into the mechanics, which starts on Monday. Kabam. So sweet. You go through the 6 lessons of the mechanics module, and then you're moving right into the marketing. In the marketing module, you get your website. So starting March 31st is the perfect time and opportunity. If you haven't got much writing done to this point, or maybe you have a chapter or two. The challenge is perfect for you. And this is going to get you going. It's going to get you moving. It's not like this huge, overwhelming scenario and situation where you've got to figure out how to write a 40 to 50,000 word book and get it published. You're just going to write 500 words a day for the next 10 to 20 days. And at the end, you have a 5,000 to 10,000 word ebook. Then it's going to be formatted. It's going to be published into an electronic format. That simply means you're not going to distribute it. You're not selling it. The goal for this is to build your audience, grow your audience, people to download it from your website. But this, Sarah, to answer your question, absolutely works with fiction, nonfiction, a Bible study. All you're going to do is splinter. Right. So what is it? What are we talking about when we're going to splinter something? We're going to take a piece. We're going to take a small piece of the whole, and we're going to give it to people. You're not selling the ebook. You're going to give away 5,000 to 10,000 words. It's copyrighted to you. It's your content. It belongs to you, and you're doing this to grow your audience, get yourself moving, get the word out that you're writing, start building your email list, start attracting the right people to your message and to this brand and to what it is that you're doing, and get ready so that when you do finish your book a month, 2, 3, 6, 12 months down the road, when you're all done, you're finished, you published it, and it is ready to be shipped, that you can actually tell people that have been following you and giving you testimonies and giving you social proof and thanking you for giving them that ebook. You can let them know that they can now pre-order and order your book. So I see in the comments, Shirley Chancellor said, that answered my question. Thank you. Shirley, I am so glad that answered your question. Denise Allen, I see that you also commented that you got it, and that makes sense. Good. I am so glad. And Denise, if you want to let me know in the comments if you're using what specifically are you using, Microsoft Word, using Google Docs, are you using some other kind of productivity software to type, let me know. There is a word count function that you can easily use, like in Word or Google Docs. All you have to do is go click menu drop down and click word count, and it will tell you exactly. All right, let's see. We have a couple more questions here. Okay, this is a great question. Pamela, thank you for this question. Pamela Rice says, does the ebook have to be part of your to be published book? Great question. Can it be on something else? I'm a bit confused. Taking a random chapter might not make sense to readers without context. Great question, Pamela. So I think it actually is going to depend a little bit, Pamela, on how much you've written. So here's what most people do in the traditional publishing. In the traditional publishing realm, what they will do is they will finish the book, and then, because it's going to take several months, might even take, a year or more before it actually goes into print and gets published and is actually able to be shipped, they'll take the first chapter. Right? Publishers do this all the time. Authors do this all the time. They'll take the first chapter, and you can download the first chapter for free and in exchange for an email. The difference here is we want to get you writing. We want to get you marketing and promoting and getting yourself out there. So does the ebook have to be part of your to be published book? Can it be on something else? It can be on something else. However, I don't recommend you doing that right now. And here's why. The power of focus. Staying focused on that one piece of content that you have. If whatever it is you're writing book A, you're writing book B. Whatever it is that you are writing, you're going to be publishing in the next couple of months, or maybe in the next 6 months, or 9 months, whenever it is you're going to be publishing. So you don't want to confuse yourself. You don't want to get yourself distracted, and you don't want to have too many writing marketing projects in the fire. You want to have one thing that you're doing really, really, really well. And you certainly don't want to confuse those that are listening and paying attention, your low-hanging fruit, and then some of the people that will move from low-hanging fruit to actually paying attention to what you're doing and what you're saying. So I recommend, this is my recommendation. You need to hear from the Lord specifically, because there's no formula or rule, but this roadmap, this blueprint will really work for you, and it will help you focus. It'll remove distraction, and it's going to help you, your process, and the people that are going to be joining you on this journey, from downloading your ebook, engaging regularly with your content, pre-ordering your book, and or making the purchase of the book when it becomes available for sale. So it doesn't have to be part of your published book. It can be something else, but I would recommend that you splinter whatever you are writing. Now, part of your question was taking a random chapter might not make sense. I agree that taking a random chapter might not make sense. So the difference is you have two different scenarios here. You have scenario one, where somebody they've just started writing, and they're going to write 500 they're going to write 500 words a day for 10 to 20 days. So in that context, you're just going to be writing the content and writing the book in advance, and it eventually is going to be what you publish. If you're the other scenario, if you've already got 1, 2, 3, maybe more chapters of your book written, don't take a random chapter. Just pick chapter 1, or maybe possibly take a portion of chapter 1, a portion of chapter 2, and a portion of chapter 3. I wouldn't go beyond 3 chapters. Again, we're just talking 5,000 words, 10,000 words, because this is something that people can digest pretty quick. This is something they can assimilate and they can engage with pretty quick. And here's what's happened. If you keep it to one book, one message, you're going to have content for your website, content for your marketing, content for your emails. You're going to be have a place for people to download the book and then collect those emails and start to nurture those relationships just by focusing on just 500 words a day, or 5 to 10,000 words ebook from your existing content. So Pamela, I hope that answered your question. That is a fantastic question. It does not have to be part of your published book. It can be something else. However, I strongly recommend, for your sake and your reader's sake, that you focus on one particular message and do one thing well. You're not taking a random chapter, I agree, that would not make sense and would maybe take it out of context. You're not taking a random chapter. If you've already got stuff written, just use chapter 1, or take portions of chapter 1, 2, and 3 to put it into. If you've started nowhere, you're just starting to write 500 words a day for 10 days to get 5,000 words, for 20 days to get 10,000 words. Guys, that's all the time I have right now. I will be coming back on because I want to make sure that we're making this really, really clear about the Snap Challenge. The Snap Challenge begins on March 31st. And this is available. It is part of the Unlocking Your Book membership. And it's designed to encourage you, to inspire you, to motivate you, to get you writing, to get you publishing, and to get you building your audience. That means that if you start the challenge on March 31st, by the end of April, you have a published digital book. You have your website where people are able to download it. So you're just sending traffic, and you have more than enough content to create you can create a couple months worth of social media content. It literally, this ebook challenge, the Snap challenge, literally gives you everything you need to do to go to the very next step, which is eventually pre-ordering your book. All right. I love you. God bless. Take care. Talk soon.